thrift stores because they smell like somebody else's grandmother. I collect them, pay them weekly visits, walk around slowly just so I can soak up all of the old things. It strikes me that everything that will ever remind me of my father is old now. He's gone, and he's been gone from me for so long that the moments we shared are archived only by the dusty shelves of a thrift store, and I have to stop myself from buying little boxes and tiny glass jars because I already have enough ways to trap myself. You cannot buy a puzzle from a thrift store unless you count out all 500 pieces. And maybe that's where I came from, because I've always been missing something. I gave my heart away before I understood the gift, and anyone who's touched it since acquired it secondhand. My love can be found in a thrift store. I'm not useless. I'm not hard to possess. I will keep you warm. But I'm not shiny anymore. For no reason at all, I climbed to the top of a tree like it was my salvation. I stood there, on limbs too weak to hold me, swaying in the wind, and I asked myself why I was up so high. The answer came to me in the sap stuck in my palm, micro tears in the skin in my hands, and the answer was, you don't have to know why. The alarm clock in my room has been flashing arbitrary numbers for weeks now. I ripped it out of the wall because I'd rather wake up to birds, or my dog stretching, or my own pulse. And when I plugged it back in, I didn't love it anymore. And now it blinks at me in the middle of the night like one of my abandoned dreams, because you can't make yourself love something. I lost the apostrophe key on my keyboard, and I keep hoping that I'll have the courage to put it back in, because without it, there's this beautiful hole of light in the monotony of my computer, and because apostrophes are a fucking luxury. Today, in a thrift store, I held a tiny shoe. Old mud still stuck in the treads, and I wished so much that I had a tiny person to put into that tiny shoe, and that I could get old and love things like the way I loved when I'd never been hurt, and I just don't think I'll ever get there, and I know I'm all over the place, and maybe it sounds like I've just lost it. But there are so many beautiful things, and I've just got to write them down, and there are so many more that are fucking ugly, and I just have to get it all out while I can. Everyone loves me to write love poems, but I just can't keep saying pretty words to disguise the fact that I haven't found a way to believe that love can last. I'm not afraid to be alone. You know, I never expected a happy ending. But I am afraid I'm afraid for you to know that I am not magnificent. I'm afraid to be that moment when you can't catch your breath. I know that I'm gonna die, and I'm not afraid. But I am afraid for the people who wanted me to be so much more.